There's always opportunities to enhance the service deliverable for your clients and refresh it and do new things regardless of a new space or not. We were really lucky that we had over 18 months before the first space opened to plan for it, and so we had the time to do these focus groups and do these surveys and really understand what we could deliver and make sure that it aligned with our brand and our organization's kind of true values and what our executive team wanted to see as well. So we had all this time to plan, and very early on we were able to identify the key players to execute on all of these things and the key departments that needed to be involved in this. So we made it a hugely collaborative effort to get everyone involved from the start. So we set weekly meetings with kind of those key departments like facilities, guest services, security, IT, and then Premier, of course, and Levy on the food and beverage side, all in one room to make sure that as we were building out this plan, that one, we could actually execute on it, two, that it fit the brand and what the organization expected, and three, that it was what the clients wanted, so that we were listening to kind of all three angles. Being as collaborative as possible and starting as early as possible proved to be a huge part of our success. When we started out, we identified kind of the one person in each of those roles that were all at kind of our same level, and it was a meeting of 5 people in a room representing those different departments, and we were the ones kind of brainstorming on everything and talking through our plans and how we would execute. And then after meeting for those meetings for about 6 months or so, then we started these weekly meetings where it was much broader, and there was all different levels of employees at the Cubs that were involved from those departments, and that was really the final kind of execution planning stages. So we had already set the framework and knew what we were going to do, and then we got everyone in the room to really carry it out. We sent an agenda out ahead of time as well, so if there is nothing to do with IT in that meeting, they don't need to show up, so we're not wasting people's time. We know there's always meeting overload, and we don't want that, so we really try and focus on the key people that are involved. There's always opportunities to enhance the service deliverable for your clients and refresh it and do new things regardless of a new space or not. As old as it is, surveys are always a great way to get feedback from your clients, and recording all the feedback that you're hearing from them in some type of CRM system throughout the year as well, and then looking at that and finding what sticks out the most, and you'll see that there's always common themes. Doing that and then having these really collaborative meetings and changing your budget around and finding different new things to kind of refresh the experience is possible whether they're in a new space or not. We did a ton of research before we opened the American Airlines 1914 Club. We did focus groups and surveys and met with other venues and what worked and what didn't work, and really learned what our fans wanted. And the most important things to them were a climate-controlled space, private bathrooms, and food and beverage. And then another thing that stood out was kind of comfort items, and they loved having scorecards, and they liked being dry and being warm no matter what the weather was. So we put in a ton of those comfort item amenities last year in the 1914 Club, such as sunscreen and ponchos and blankets, hand warmers, cell phone chargers, all those things, so that no matter the outcome of their game, they would still have a great experience and kind of remember that they wanted for nothing. We got such great feedback on that and how the clients would come to a game and just know that whatever they needed was provided. So that's something we're carrying out for all the future clubs that we're opening this year. We needed to make sure that we expanded our staff internally in the front office as well as externally for game day to be able to accommodate a lot more clients. And the other thing that was really a big focus for us this year was making sure that the level of service in the American Airlines 1914 Club doesn't lower at all with our focus on opening all of these new spaces. So really planning on our operations in all of these spaces to stay consistent throughout the year, and having the additional staff will help with that. We have a service rotational program that we developed here at the Cubs a couple years ago, and 2 of my now full-time service account executives came from that rotational program. Both of them had done rotations in my department, so I got firsthand experience working with them for 6 months and really saw them rise up in that role and find a true passion for service. So then when they interviewed for the job, it was kind of a no-brainer. The third one that we added this year came from the season ticket service department. So she had awesome experience servicing a really large number of clients. On the game day side, I work very closely with our guest services department. So Vanessa Ward oversees all of the game day staff, and so she and I kind of came up with a new role last year, Premier Service Ambassador, that again went through more training and was more consistent in these spaces, so they got to know our clients, because that was really important to us too. So this year, one of the learnings from last year was that we had a lot of college kids hired that went back to school in August or beginning of September before the season was over, and that was really difficult for us to kind of train new people in the middle of the season. So focused a lot more on career fairs at local colleges this year, and found kids that are going to be in town throughout the entire summer, and that their school schedule wouldn't affect them continuing to work throughout the season and hopefully October as well.